Hey guys, I'm John, you're not, that doesn't really matter. It's been about 2 years since I've done this, but that doesn't matter either. It's late, on a Wednesday, I'm bored. So, let's get this started. So if you follow me on any social network of the big three, otherwise known as Facebook, Twitter, and Tumblr, then you probably know that I have been heavily supporting Colombia in the World Cup because my mom is from there. And since it's a Wednesday, I figured I could tell a Wednesday-appropriate story. So here's a little Spanish lesson for y'all. So if you ever took any level of Spanish, preschool, grade school, whatever, and you paid attention, you hopefully remembered that the word for Wednesday is miércoles. If you didn't, then shame on you, because you should be learning other people's languages, because it's important. But anyway, the word for Wednesday is miércoles. It's basic stuff, days of the week, everyone knows it. What some of you might not know, but I hope you do, is that the word for shit in Spanish is mierda. Mierda and miércoles sound pretty similar. You might get where this is going. Now, my mom was completely against cussing. Like, she wouldn't even let us say shut up or stupid. I mean, if that ever happened, she'd be like, John Sebastian, cállate! Which is John Sebastian, be quiet, but it sounds a lot more threatening when she does it. So my mom never cussed, not even in Spanish, because she didn't want us picking it up. And she teaches Spanish for a living, so it made sense because, you know, she doesn't want any of her little kids picking it up either. So whenever something went wrong, Mom wouldn't yell, ah, shit, or ah, mierda, ay. No. When something went wrong, Mom yelled, miércoles. It's sort of like when they're on the island of Lost Dreams in Spy Kids 2, and Carmen says, you're so full of shiitake mushrooms. Yeah, I made a Spy Kids 2 reference. So it's like that. This is something my mom has been doing for as long as I remember. I can't remember a point at which she wouldn't yell miércoles if something went wrong. You know, something fell on the floor, I dropped something. You know, typically it involved gravity. So one day I get home from school late, it's a Wednesday, and Mom is in the kitchen tutoring this little kid named Elliot. Elliot's like 8 years old, Mom's been working with him for a couple of years. Cutest kid you could ever see, and it's adorable when he speaks Spanish. Like, just adorable. They've just done a review of the numbers, so they're going over stuff with times. And they start with the clock, and then they work up to the days, months, seasons. They're working in the kitchen, and I head to the freezer because I've had a long day, and I want some ice cream. It's not like I needed it or anything, but you know, when you've had a long day, you want some ice cream. Anyway, that's besides the point. So I go to the freezer, and I open it, and half of the contents are just spilling out on the floor. Broccoli, corn, sausage. It's like the avalanche scene in Inception, which may be a dated cultural reference, but I don't really care. Peas, meat, beef, chicken, more meat. We're a Latino family. Leo DiCaprio is behind me trying to hold on to an ice cube. Ellen Page is right in front of him telling him to get a hold of reality. Empanada shells, ice cream, oxtail. And you know, Tom Hardy and Joseph Gordon-Levitt have just decided to go and hang out in the ice cream. And my mom hears all this, turns around, and looks at the floor, and looks at me, and looks at the floor again, and then looks at me. And she sees perpetual Oscar nominee Leonardo DiCaprio just on the floor, struggling to get out from under this ice. And she just immediately says, ay, miércoles! And this innocent little kid, Elliot, he looks up from the table and he says, yes, it is Wednesday. My mom's anger disappears, and she's just holding her hand over her mouth, trying not to laugh. Because we can't explain this to him. We can't tell him, hey, this is a word you're never allowed to say ever in English or in Spanish. So Mom just looks at me, looks at the floor, and says, you clean this up. And then we never spoke of it again. But I like to think that this was kind of influential. I like to think that one day Elliot's going to be in high school, pretty soon actually, and he's just going to open up his locker, and his books are just going to fall out on the floor, and he's just going to yell, ay, miércoles! And then one of his classmates is going to be like, nah, man, Wednesday was 2 days ago. That's my Wednesday story! So, this has been John, and I was really bored, so I decided to record a video, and I hope you enjoyed it. So yeah, bye!